Let's talk about what's coming in this week in Star Citizen, and then I've got a little story that happened to me in-game that I want to talk about because I feel like refueling is bigger than you think, so stick around for that. So as for this week, Wednesday, which is today or very recently depending on when you're watching this, we are getting 4.8.1 dropping. Hopefully it should fix a lot of the bugs we are facing in Alpha 4.8, fingers crossed, but who knows. Unfortunately, while I was filming this video, CIG said that 4.8.1 will not be published today, but they are still aiming for Thursday release. Now this was because of an exploit related bug, so we'll just have to wait and see. Alongside that, we're also getting a roadmap update and a roadmap roundup for Alpha 4.9, which will either confirm or deny that the suit lockers and all the updates that we've talked about recently, whether it's coming in the next patch or not, so stay tuned for that. I'll be putting out a separate video on that once I've got through it. Same with the May 2026 PU monthly report. That's getting its own video too, so keep an eye out for that. On top of that, Tuesday there was a maintenance window on the live service and the RSI platform. If you were still running into issues after that, login problems, servers aching up, anything weird, let me know down in the comments. I'm curious if it cleaned things up or just moved the problems around. Also real quick, June subscriber promotions are live. Centaurian subs are getting the Okilo Flare, Paradors are getting the Gemini C54 Okilo SMG. On top of that, ships of the month are the Gatek Sulin, one of my favorite for Centaurians, and Imperators also get the aUEC Santokiai, which is also an amazing fighter ship. So good month if you're subbed. Alright, now let me tell you about what happened to me in-game and how refueling actually saved my play session, you could say, and it was actually pretty cool. So I was running a Ling Family Contract mission, the one that pays around 400,000 aUEC and sends you from Stanton to Pyro. Now this mission requires 1 to 2 SCU boxes to be hauled, and it is perfect for the Clipper. Also, speaking of the Clipper is... I want to make a separate video on it, but the Clipper is such an amazing ship, especially after the wide, because I was able to do so many missions in the game and gain so much money in relatively small amount of time using the Clipper, right? So this is one of them. I also used it to do mercenary missions and other kinds of mission, and the Atlas Geo, I tested this before but I want to test it again, could fit in the cargo grid, right? So in essence I could also do some mining. The only missions I can do is the salvage missions. Even the missions that requires investigation or going on FPS missions and you have to go kill enemies in the bunker, you also could use the Clipper because it has a medbed on board. But that's another video. The Clipper is amazing. Let's talk about what happened to me in this video. So I was running the cargo hauling missions and I was stranded in Pyro because I upgraded my quantum drive to the Atlas quantum drive, which is much faster than the one I had, but also it takes up like so much fuel, right? And so I went from Stanton and jumped from one planet to another, and then I jumped to Pyro and I forgot to refuel on any of the stations or the platforms that I went to. And so I thought to myself, okay, I don't want to go back to the station and risk the cargo being destroyed by a random bug, which has happened to me in 4.8, because 4.8 right now, and we have to be honest, it's completely not so great. It has so many bugs, including that one that completely exploded my ship for no reason. But regardless, I wanted to try refueling out either way because it's the new gameplay in the patch, and so I did. And I thought to myself, okay, even if it didn't work, I could just go back to the station and risk it, but what if it did work? And guess what? It did work, and it worked flawlessly. And I tried it a few more times other than this one, and it worked every single time. But this is not only very cool that I could just, it saved me so many, it saved me a lot of time. It was, very cool to actually experience that, being refueled in the middle of nowhere, but also it made me think about that this is the first NPC service we have in the game. And I thought about, what if this could be extrapolated into other things? For example, what if I needed escorts and backup when I'm doing mercenary missions? I could ask and pay for the service of having other NPCs come and help me do the mercenary missions. How would that be that hard from doing the refueling AI stuff, right? I feel like it's the logical next step. Yes, it could be a little bit janky, or there's going to be desync, which is apparent in this patch. But even if my NPC escorts, let's say, is desyncing, the enemies could also still be distracted by them. And by them being distracted by my escorts, I could come in and kill them while they're distracted, if that makes sense. And this opened up the possibilities as well for NPC healing and other services. Now, the NPC healing, this is complete hopium and copium. This is completely things that I'm just thinking about. They're probably not even remotely being implemented into the game, but it's fun to think about these things. Now, I don't think that if they're gonna implement the healing mechanic by NPCs, I don't think they're gonna have the individual NPC get out of their ship, first of all park the ship, and then get out of their ship, and then come down to the bunker and then heal you, right? I think that's going to be really difficult. But I think if you're on the surface or if you're in space, they could use drones to heal you, like in Apex Legends. I feel like that's an easier way to do it, and it's actually more logical to do it in the game. Because they're going to develop drones whether they like it or not because of base building. Because that's the only way they're gonna be able to implement that mechanic in the game. So drones are coming, and why not have healing drones? So this is just my thought process. I could be completely wrong, and I probably am, but having the refueling experience that saved my life in Pyro and helped me to complete the mission flawlessly, that was very cool to experience, and it opened up the possibilities for more. So this was just the first step of them implementing NPC services in the game, and who knows what else could be implemented, and that really made me so excited. But anyways, I just wanted to state that this has happened to me. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that they're going to implement any additional NPC services in the near future? Are they never going to do it? Do you what kind of services do you want them to do? And how do you think they are going to be able to implement it? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helped me out a lot. And as always, I will keep you updated with the latest news. Once we have the 4.8.1 update, I'll try it out. I'll see if it fixed anything. We'll have to wait and see. The roadmap update is coming, so I'll update you on that alongside with the PU monthly report. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.